We're going to start the Chapter 4 tutorial a little differently than the way the textbook covers this, because AutoCAD has provided us with some templates. Just like at the beginning, we selected from New, the drop-down, and we could select from templates that were there, or we could browse. And we're going to browse to find the template that says Tutorial IARCH. This is a template that's already set up in inches, architectural, has a layout, which we really haven't covered much about yet, with a border and a title block. So it's going to start you out in this D-size layout, but you're going to switch back over to model before you start drawing. So a few things to help you out. Remember, we do our format of units. They're already in architectural. The angle type is degrees, minutes, seconds, which you can override with just decimal degrees. It's not going to affect what you're doing for this drawing. Precision is a 16th. Technically, you could be an 1/8 or a 1/4 if you wanted to be for this particular drawing. So you can change that if you want to, but making sure you're in architectural units. And then the limits, again, working off of a drawing that is now going to be given in feet and inches. There's going to be 2 units that you're going to have to input. So the lower left-hand corner is still at 0, 0. So that's what it says. The upper right-hand corner should relate to the paper size. And this drawing tells us we're using a D-size sheet of paper, but we have to think of it as D-size in feet and inches. So what is 36 inches or 34 in a D size and 22 in a D size in these architectural units? So a quick way to do that is to multiply those numbers by what we call a scale factor. And we know that when we get done with something in architectural, they're usually like really big. And this template may be bigger than what we need for our drawing. So we're just going to go right now with just some 2 primary numbers that I've just calculated out for you. So if we're working off of the 34 by 48, then our first dimension is going to be 1,632. Again, I don't have to worry about feet and inches because I'm not multiplying or dividing here with that unit in mind, comma, and then 1,056. So 1632 by 1,056 is going to be my limits. Looking at snapping grids, you don't necessarily have to have this on, but if you do, then you may want to make sure that you have these set maybe to 4 inches, which is kind of a standard. If you think about a foot being 12 inches, you got 4, 4, and 4, or you could do 3, 3, and 3, and 3, however you want to do that. And on your major lines, you may have those like every 4 feet, something like that. Say okay, and we'll turn on that grid so you can see that. So if I zoom all or do a zoom extents, there's kind of what I'm looking at. And every one of these grid spacing is 1 feet. So I know that I'm going to draw this floor plan within that. So the next things that they have you start setting up should be some layers. But I don't know that they tell you what to call the layers. So we're going to do layer properties and just see what's here. So with this template, we already have several things that were added. One for doors, one for electrical symbols, one for plumbing symbols, one for walls and windows, dimensions, so forth. So we have something that we can start with by saying, well, I want to draw with my walls first. So I'm going to use that one as my current as I start to draw within the text. So they're going to use a method of drawing with a multiline tool to create this. There is an option if you wanted to work through this on your own. You could draw these using lines and using offset and creating the wall thickness yourself. But again, the tutorial talks about the multiline. But this is how you want to set that up, and then you're going to do your save as or save, and you're going to put this in your folder, your CAD 100 class, and this is going to be EX5 floor plan. That's what you're going to call that, and save.